Hi, I'm Christopher Dennis, and you're watching Finlandia Fridays.
Welcome to Finlandia Fridays. My name is Michael Babcock. I am your host for this weekly interview series here at Finlandia University. This week, we're joined by criminal justice major Christopher Dennis. Christopher, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here on campus. You're actually a Houghton native.
I am.
It's nice to see some local flavor here at Finlandia. What brought you to Finlandia?
I wanted to do something when I was out of the Marine Corps, and I wanted to continue to serve my community and be a leader, and I thought, what better place to do it than Finlandia and go into the criminal justice program. Prior to me joining the Marine Corps, I actually enrolled in Finlandia in 2009, and then I decided to join this Marine Corps instead, and did that for 4 years, and then came back and re-enrolled.
Awesome. Well, the reason we have you in today is to talk about an awesome opportunity you have this summer. From what I understand, you've accepted an internship with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
That's correct.
That seems like a pretty big deal to me. Why don't you tell us a little about that?
Okay, so I'm going to give a little bit of history because this dates back. So I had to figure out what I want to do for my criminal justice capstone. I was like, okay, I want to do an internship to get some experience and my foot in the door somewhere, apply what I know from school and apply it out in the real world. So I started putting in my applications with the Federal Bureau of Investigation and the National Security Agency and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And then I went from there, and I had a bunch of interviews with everyone involved, and it was super competitive. I was in the FBI, I was competing against graduate students from all over the country. The National Security Agency was the same way. And then the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau followed along with that too. So I was competing against thousands of students within each one, and then I chose the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau because it was closer to home, and I figured, I wanted to stay in touch with my family.
Yeah, and you'll be working in Chicago. Is that just a summer-long internship?
It is. It's 3 months. You cannot work for more than 90 days, so it's less than 90 days. Pending job performance, it could be converted over into a permanent position.
Well, that's got to be the hope, right?
That's got to be the hope, ideally.
Awesome, and you mentioned that's part of a capstone. I'm not exactly familiar with what the capstone would be for criminal justice. What does that entail?
So typically how it's done is you could either choose a research project in which you pick a topic and you research it and then present it in front of a panel of 3 members of faculty members, which you consist of, and then you get evaluated on your knowledge and how you apply what you learned to the topic you chose. Choice B is the internship, my route, which I take a journal and I log in every day what I do, and I come back, write it up, and then took what I know from what I've studied here and tie it in all together and present it.
Excellent. That sounds like quite an exciting process as a whole.
It is, definitely.
And again, you're watching or listening to Finlandia Fridays, a weekly interview series here at Finlandia University. We are joined today by Christopher Dennis. Christopher is a senior in our criminal justice program. Why don't you talk a little bit more, too, about the criminal justice program as a whole? What attracted you to it, and what have been some of the highlights of the program? So,
as I stated before, I wanted to serve and do something for my community, and then I've always taken a liking to policing and corrections, and initially when I went into the program, I wanted to do something and be a correctional officer. Going in as a freshman, I was like, yes, I want to be gung-ho and go fight crime or handle crime. And then I was like, okay, as I progressed up to sophomore and junior status, I was like, hold on, wait a minute, there's more I can do with this degree. Rather than become a police officer or correctional officer, I could go into social work and a bunch of other stuff, victims advocate, that kind of thing. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to limit myself to just those 2 fields. I'm going to look for other things, and that's part of why I chose my internship, because not a lot's talked about, like banking regulations and banking laws and whatnot. So I was like, I'm going to go that route.
That makes sense. Is there anybody in particular in that department that's kind of been a motivator to you, or somebody you've enjoyed working with?
Yes, actually there has been. Dr. Gee's been my mentor since day one. He's kind of been like a father figure to me, actually. He just provides so much guidance, and he's helped me out a lot. Even when I didn't understand something, he took me aside and was like, hey, come talk with me. We'll work this out on an assignment, or just life.
Yeah.
Like it's really cool because you don't get that like in a bigger college, it's like you go there and they're like you're your own man or own woman. You just go there to go there. But here it's totally different. The faculty generally cares about their students, and especially him. Like I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of great stories about Dr. Gee and the difference he's been able to make in some students' lives here, especially, a lot of students go on that trip. I know you're not going on the trip to over to Europe with them, but I've heard a lot of people that go on that trip with him, they kind of come back and feel very strongly about the way that he kind of teaches people and leads our students.
Right. And that he's promoting, he's doing some fundraising for that comparative criminal justice course. They're going to Finland, I believe, as they do every year, and they look at the prisons and from a global perspective see how different countries' criminal justice system works and compare it to ours and make contrasts and similarities.
Excellent. Well, there's a couple other things I wanted to talk to you about while you're here at Finlandia Fridays. The first one is going back to that Marine Corps. How long were you involved with that?
So, like I said, in 2009 I enlisted. I got honorably discharged in 2013. When I got out, I was a corporal, and I traveled the world like extensively. I went to Japan, I went to Asia. I've seen most of the states flying and been through them, and it was just like continuing to serve, and it helped me develop leadership skills, and that's something I'll always carry with me. And when I exited the Marine Corps, I came here to Finlandia, and my goal is to bring those leadership traits to this school, and it just took off.
Yeah, I actually feel very comfortable saying is that leadership skills are extremely obvious. You're involved with a lot of different things on campus, including being a tutor, involved with the Honor Society we have here on campus, including and helping out the Criminal Justice Club. I want to kind of dive into all three of those things for a minute here each. Okay. First off, the tutoring. You help out at the Tutoring and Learning Center on campus. What kind of atmosphere does that place have, and what would you say to somebody who's thinking about stopping there?
So the atmosphere, it's really friendly. We have help in all different subject areas from English, mathematics, psychology, and criminal justice. Yeah, there's a tutor for someone there. If they want to go for help, they could come for help. If they just want to talk to a tutor and just get some steam off their chest, we're there for that. If they want to help with their assignment or don't understand material, we're there for that. And it's a one-on-one thing, and they don't need an appointment either. It's encouraged that they make one, but you can certainly walk in, and we're there to help.
That's a great way to put it. I've heard from a lot of people too that they enjoy going to that. The atmosphere is very welcoming. So if you check out the show notes to this at finlandia.edu/Fridays, we'll have more information on the Tutoring and Learning Center, which is of course open to all of our students here at Finlandia University. Another thing I want to talk about is the Honor Society. You've been a part of that since the very beginning here at Finlandia.
Yes. So after they got opened their chapter up, I was the second batch of students to get inducted, and it was a very nice ceremony. Everyone was there.
Yeah.
I met a whole slew of people. We did some activities like we had a vendor outlet in November, and we raised some money to go to our leadership conference in DC, and then we did the Toys for Tots. We partnered with the Marine Corps League here and got some toys for some kids. And then other than that, we do a lot of community service and charity work, or try to.
Yeah. Well, we're proud to have that group on campus, and congratulations to you for making that happen.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I know it's hard when you're busy. And another thing, you're involved with the Criminal Justice Club, which you guys have recently kind of reformatted a little bit to also involve some of the sociology students.
Yes.
What kind of reasoning would you have for somebody to want to join that club?
So we encourage everyone to join it. It's just to encourage, it's geared towards sociology and CJ, but it's to have that camaraderie and that knowledge, that we share, and that passion we share with each other, and just develop that leadership, and then also get involved in the community as well as on campus here, and then have the underclassmen attend and develop their resume and stuff like that.
Excellent. Well, I want to thank you for being on Finlandia Fridays this week. It's been a blast talking to you, Christopher, and we're excited to see how this internship goes this summer. Hopefully when you get back, we can have you back, talk a little more about that capstone.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for listening and watching to Finlandia Fridays. We will see you guys next Friday.